Coronation Street has revealed that the death of a legendary character will be officially announced in Weatherfield next week, many years after the character last appeared on the iconic cobbles. In the upcoming episodes, viewers of the ITV drama will watch Steve McDonald receive distressing information about his father, Jim Macdonald. After answering a phone call, Steve informs his partner, Cassie Playmumber, that Jim's landlord is seeking £1,800 in outstanding rent. And it appears Steve has been listed as the guarantor. Once the call ends, Steve explains to Cassie and Rover's landlord, Ben Driscoll, that he has spoken with one of Jim's former army friends, who revealed that Jim is in hospital and not expected to recover. Later on, Cassie encourages Steve to go and see his father, but his ex-wife Tracy Barlow objects, reminding him of the pain Jim caused in the past. When Steve realizes his car battery is flat, Ben offers to take him to the hospital instead. Although Ben parks outside the hospital, Steve stays seated in the vehicle, admitting that while this may be his final opportunity to see his dad, he fears he might regret it. The question remains, will he go inside? As the week progresses, Ben invites Steve and Tim to attend a county event with him, mentioning he managed to secure complimentary tickets. After enjoying the event, the trio return to the Rovers in high spirits. However, Steve leaves his phone on the bar and goes to play darts, unaware that Jim is attempting to reach him. The following day, Steve wakes up on the sofa in the Rovers' back room after drinking heavily the previous night. He tells Cassie that he intends to put his father out of his mind, insisting he already has everything he needs, a caring partner and a wonderful daughter. Meanwhile, at the cab office, Mary Taylor excitedly informs Tim that Cassie is organizing a major surprise for Steve the next day. Fresh spoilers for next week's Corrie confirm that Cassie is secretly planning to propose to Steve. Tragically, just as she prepares to ask the big question, Steve learns that Jim has passed away. According to the latest details, Tim guides Steve toward Victoria Gardens when Steve suddenly receives a phone call delivering the devastating news of his father's death. The proposal plans instantly abandoned. Cassie embraces him in comfort. Later, as they raise a toast to Jim at the Rovers, Tracy notices that Cassie is unusually dressed up. When she sees her discreetly place something into Mary's pocket, her curiosity is sparked. Will Tracy figure out that Cassie had intended to propose? At the same time, Steve breaks down emotionally in front of Tim. Subsequently, while discussing funeral plans for Jim with Ben Driscoll, Tracy becomes aware that Steve still has no idea about Cassie's planned proposal. Will she decide to reveal the truth or keep quiet? The confirmation of Jim's death follows comments from the actor who portrayed him, Charlie Lawson, who appeared in the role from 1989 to 2018. He acknowledged reports that the character would be written out off-screen. News of Jim's passing was initially reported by Radio Times earlier this month, with a source claiming that the loss would deeply affect Steve, who has finally found happiness with Cassie Playmumber. Cassie is played by Claire Sweeney, who has also been confirmed to be leaving the cobbles this summer. Addressing the rumors after receiving numerous messages from fans, Lawson shared a statement on X, formerly known as Twitter. Responding to one supporter, he explained that he had known about the decision since early September and had respected the show's confidentiality, adding that the news did not come as a shock when he was informed last year. He later confirmed that there would be no dramatic on-screen farewell and described the development as a tragedy for the once iconic character. In an interview with The Sun, he said he would raise a glass to the original Jim, the outspoken figure he loved portraying, especially during the powerful storylines of the 1990s. Coronation Street is gearing up for a dramatic and emotional week packed with heartbreak, secrets, and rising tensions across Weatherfield. Carla Connor faces a huge shock when she opens her front door to find a baby left in a car seat on her doorstep. The child is soon revealed to be Connie, the daughter of her brother Rob Donovan and prison officer Mandy. Viewers will recall that Rob previously attempted to escape after donating a kidney to Carla, manipulating Mandy into helping him despite her being pregnant with his baby. Mandy has not been seen since. But now Connie's grandmother explains she needs someone to care for the baby while she's in hospital. Carla initially refuses to take responsibility, even as Lisa points out that Connie is her niece and could end up in care otherwise. However, Lisa's words seem to linger. After a sleepless night disturbed by Connie's cries, Carla, Lisa, Betsy, and Ryan Connor begin adjusting to life with a newborn. As Carla bonds with the baby, gently bouncing her while watching television, Lisa wonders if she is starting to soften. Sally offers parenting advice, but Carla and Lisa make it clear they would rather figure things out themselves. Elsewhere, Cassie Playmumber secretly prepares to propose to Steve McDonald. With Tim Metcalfe's help, she plans a romantic moment in Victoria Gardens. But everything changes when Steve receives a devastating phone call informing him that his father Jim has died. The proposal is instantly forgotten as Cassie comforts him. Later at the Rovers, the group raise a glass in Jim's memory. Tracy Barlow becomes suspicious when she notices Cassie dressed up and quietly slipping something into Mary's pocket. She begins to suspect that Cassie had planned something special. Meanwhile, Steve opens up to Tim about his grief. When funeral arrangements are later discussed with Ben Driscoll, Tracy realizes Steve has no idea about the proposal that nearly happened, leaving her with a choice about whether to reveal the truth. In prison, Debbie Webster's troubles continue. She supports fellow inmate Lou Malice by helping her make bracelets for her children. However, tensions flare when Paula tries to steal one, leading to a confrontation that leaves Debbie shaken. Things worsen when Debbie later finds Lou badly beaten in her cell. During a visit, Sally Metcalfe and the girls are horrified by Lou's injuries. At the same time, Carl Webster manipulates Debbie emotionally into giving him more money. Sally warns Debbie that Carl is using her, but although Debbie defends him, she privately fears Sally may be right. The stress of prison and her toxic relationship weigh heavily on her, especially when Ronnie Bailey learns Carl has continued taking her money. Feeling low, Debbie confides in Lou that she dreads spending what could be her final months behind bars. Lou contacts Sally out of concern, who then informs Ronnie, only for Debbie to become furious at Lou for interfering. Back on the street, George Shuttleworth struggles as fake one-star reviews damage his business reputation. Suspecting Annie is responsible, Glenda attempts to counter the negativity with positive reviews. Christina reports Annie to the police, but George is later questioned over fraud allegations himself, leaving him deeply frustrated. Meanwhile, Todd Grimshaw faces financial problems after borrowing £200 from Theo Silverton, only to discover his bank account is overdrawn. At the hospital, David and Shona Platt anxiously await news as Harper undergoes surgery. When complications arise, emotions run high, and David lashes out at relatives trying to help. Jody Ramsey's behavior also raises questions, especially when she allows another mother to assume Harper as her child. Later, Lily discovers a hidden box belonging to Jody containing a photo of Bernie Winter and Brian Patcham's book. When Shona overhears Jod speaking as if Harper were her own, and Lily confronts her about the secret items, Jod's web of lies edges closer to unraveling. Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.